So, there's something about losing everything that, defines a person, really shapes you. And, I don't know, I'm realizing so much through that experience, through losing everything, through losing family, friends, belongings, literally being grinded down to a halt, grinded down to legitimately nothing. Not even myself. I've even lost what I would consider to be parts of myself that I felt were really important. Certain, I guess you can say, like, abilities or skills that I've had where it's like I don't even feel like I have that anymore. I don't even feel like I possess it, and I'm trying to figure out, like, where did that go? Where did that, thing that I used to be able to do, I don't have it anymore. What happened to it? Like, why was that taken away from me too? And so literally this has been a period of, like, everything being taken, everything being removed. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm learning a lot through the experience. It's teaching me a lot about myself. It's teaching me a lot about what I care about and what I value. What I value has changed a lot. What I care about has changed a lot. I think not having a lot of stuff shows you what you really need. It shows you what is necessary to actually survive. And, like, a lot of the things that we think we need to survive, we don't really need to survive. What we actually need to survive is, like, very minimal, actually. And that has helped me on this journey and experience because, right, I'm living in a car, and so the only things that I have are what can fit in here. And so dealing with that is, one thing in and of itself. And then being placed in position where, there's legitimately nobody to call on but God. You've been removed from friends, you've been removed from family. All the people who you once leaned on and counted on, you can no longer lean on and count on. Literally, it's just you and the Most High. And I mean, obviously, I still live in a world where there's people around me. I'm not, like, on another planet. And so God will nominate and send certain people as destiny helpers to kind of support and deliver certain things that are needed. But outside of that, for the most part, it's legitimately just you and God. And that has been, like, both a scary and painful and confusing and trying to think of all the other emotions that have come up around that. Just like disorienting experience, because obviously as people we are communal beings, right? We depend on other people, and that's the way we are kind of taught and conditioned. And so to be in position to not be able to do that, it takes you outside of yourself. It takes you outside of what's normal, and it puts you in position to have to completely like reprogram your mind and reprogram, you know, the way you choose to show up and live in the world. I know that part of this is about God wanting me to learn how to depend on God, God wanting me to not be codependent on other people, and wanting me to heal that. And another part of it was having been around people who were just not good for me, not healthy for me, didn't have my best interest at heart. And so part of it is also protection, right? Getting me away from what was never going to allow me to prosper and be my best self, right? Anyway. And so I don't know, like, you gotta ask yourself, did I actually lose people? You know, was it actually a loss, or was it a gain? Was it in my best interest and the best thing for me? And is it going to allow me to move into spaces and places that I wouldn't have been able to had I still been connected to certain people, places, and things? And so, yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But through it all, I'm healing, and I'm learning, and I'm growing, and I'm coming to a lot of understandings about myself, you know, the role that I play in certain situations, and how I need to change a lot of my behaviors and my patterns. And, you know, then how others affected me, how I spent a lot of time ignoring a lot of the red flags and signs that people, places, and things weren't good for me. And I kind of just, you know, stayed and continued to engage anyway, even though I saw certain red flags. And yeah, I'm hoping and praying that this, what can I even call it? This breakdown is the setup for a breakthrough. The being stripped of everything, the being grinded to a halt, positions me to build a new healthy foundation that will allow me to, you know, grow and move in a direction that will allow me to be who I was sent here to be, and build in a way that is healthy, and just have a better life, prosper. But yeah, it's been like so hard, and I know that so many people are going through this right now. Like, I'm not the only one. A lot of people are talking about this experience of having to separate from family, having to separate from, everything they knew, having to leave home, having to leave the familiar and branch out into new territory, build whole new lives from the ground up, on their own without any help from anyone except God. And I don't know, there are days where it feels possible, and then there are days where it feels just like an uphill battle. So complicated, and I'm just tired, honestly. Living in a car is, in my opinion, not the way that a human being is supposed to live. Like, I've been doing it for a period now, and it's a home, it's shelter, but in the grand scheme of like what was designed for us as people, this is not it, right? This is not it at all. Our most natural habitat is a tent makes more sense than this. That is more of a natural habitat than a car. And so, yeah, I have a bunch of gratitude for it, I'll be honest, but like, this is not, it's not the healthiest setup for a person to thrive and survive. And so, yeah. Like, I know so many people are doing it right now out of a sense of necessity. So yeah, I guess I'll come back. I don't want this to be too long. I guess I'll come back and talk more about the experience of just the whole journey and living in a car. I think today was just one of those days where I'm just not feeling it. Some days are better than others. I'm a person like any other person, and just wasn't feeling so hot today.